Grand Rising, my friends. Hey there. Look at you, the most beautiful subscribers in all known creation. We've gone there, except for paradise itself. We'll just leave it at that point. Excluding paradise, no need to mention that going forth. But besides that, if you're new, join in, sit on in. We're going to run through some information and news items for the day and some things to think about as you go forth. Looking at the cryptocurrency market, it's doing fairly well at this present time. Bitcoin at 38,455, Ethereum at 2,707, Binance Coin at 379, Cardano at 104, $1.04. Solana at 102, $102. XRP at 62 cents. Terra at $51.88. And I just talked a little bit about how the prices jumped up a lot today because people were really freaking out of how USD was being impacted by MIM, Magic Internet Money, and abracadabra, long story. Check out Self-Experiment 16, where I go to a story that talks about that. Polkadot $19, Dogecoin 14 cents, Avalanche about $70, $69.77. Polygon $1.63, Shiba Inu 402142. Stock market was a little bit better today, not a little bit. Almost like everything was in the green except for Pfizer. But you know, a lot of companies, Neo went up 17%, SoFi 12%, Robinhood 11%. So a lot of the tech stuff that, that was way oversold started to jump up. But futures are looking down for tomorrow for everything. I don't think we've heard about anything in particular happen with that. Ethereum continues to burn. A lot of Ethereum is burned out. It's crazy at this point. Here on this channel, we're about that positivity, and positivity being, if there's someone in your life that you looked at and said, hey, this person is the reason why I know how to do the things I need to do that make me the person that I am, write something nice about them down in the comment section and then forward them this video and say, look what I wrote about you. And then they would say, hey, and hear the message, and they may do the same thing. You see how it plays out? Huh? Excellent. With that, let's jump into it. We got a couple of stories that have a theme that we're going to run through real quick. It's going to be about Walmart, Coinbase, and Meta /Facebook. That talks about, look, we've been hitting these things. This is a story. This is not the order I want to go in. Hold on. We'll go in this order. It doesn't matter. And we'll end on that high note. Not that this ain't a high note. So basically, I'm just going to punch through this. Walmart is looking to recreate everything they have in their stores digitally in a metaverse to sell. So you'll be able to go into a Walmart in a metaverse and pick off, items to take to your home to place in there that'll be officially licensed from Walmart. Can you imagine they're having the towels from the Walmart in your metaverse home? But they look at it saying, hey, we're going to get paid off this. You have all these other companies, and read a little bit about it. The big box behemoth has reportedly filed a number of trademark apps in recent months seeking to gain exclusive rights to sell virtual goods on their digital shelves. And we're not just talking about their website either. It sounds like Walmart is ramping up for a full-blown online experience. And that's why I try to want people to understand is that for Web 3.0, because everybody like, oh, the metaverse, that's so stupid. You already on it. Everyone who said it's stupid, you said that. If I heard about it, you said it through the metaverse. Genius. That's just metaverse 0.5 right now. But the metaverse and what they're talking about is how we interact online is just instead of, you watching me talk on this right now or me typing out something, via Twitter or watching Instagram videos, you'll be literally in that area. Like you can be sitting where, as time move on, you have little glasses as you're getting ready where, you may have an avatar of, and I don't know why you would want that, but maybe make me look like a panda bear or something that may be more palatable to you. But you can have my avatar, me walking around talking what I'm saying this out, like I'm in the room, or you feel like I'm in the room with this. Not just me, but anything you do. When you go, I was thinking about when you pay your bills online, it's gonna be an experience where you may feel like you physically going into that place to interact and take care of that. So that's what the metaverse is. We all using it now. We just using a kind of like a paper version before it becomes digital with how we're using what the internet is for us now. But anyway, blah, 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 going off of tangents. So Walmart going deep with it. Coinbase is looking at Mastercard to say, hey, when all this stuff start, when we run our NFTs, we don't want people being here and worrying about, do they got Litecoin? Do they got Solana? We want them to be able to spend their money on that. So they are looking to get with Mastercard to allow people to buy their NFTs via their credit cards. So Coinbase and payments giant have teamed up to simplify the buying experience for non-fungible tokens. Today, people have to use crypto for buying NFTs on platforms like OpenSea. Coinbase and Mastercard are working on letting users buy NFTs via Mastercard cards on Coinbase's upcoming NFT platform. And they're just saying we just want to make it simple for you. We want to get your money real quick and easy. And we know that. No, none of us is surprised by that. Now, people don't like this. Meta to launch an NFT marketplace. Danger ahead. Danger, Will Robertson. I didn't watch Lost in Space or the new one either. I'm not going to perp here. I just know from pop culture what it is. But anyway, soon Facebook and Instagram can let you use NFT and remember, Meta is the parent company now of all of this. To use NFT as a profile pic, and Meta is likely to build a non-fungible token marketplace where users can create and trade their collectible tokens. Everyone's going to have their own, just like everyone has their streaming services, and everybody cried about it, but everybody got to, get in where you fit in, or don't enjoy that last episode of The Mandalorian, the book of Boba Fett, if anybody else was. So, just saying that they are looking to get integrate NFTs into Facebook and Instagram, as well as you can imagine in the Oculus as well, how that's going to go. And for those who don't know where the current state of VR is, I would highly recommend you maybe just YouTube a video or two of the Oculus Quest current gameplay, and just check out maybe something like Resident Evil 4 or Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, just to kind of get a sense where, if you could see it for yourself, right now we have COVID, so don't go out anywhere. You can go out, be safe about things, but they have, a lot of these little game places, they have VR experiences. A lot of them are Oculus Quests or Oculus Rifts that are in there. So you can get a kind of a sense. But anyway, long story. When you use that, all of this is crystal clear of putting on my helmet and know I'm going around and be able to have stuff that's mine that I can take with me various places. Oh, it makes 100% sense in that. So they are looking to figure out how they can make much money off this, and they will be doing all they can. They just talked about that they have a digital wallet in their plans. I'm not getting too deep in that, but Facebook had a plan to create their own cryptocurrency called, first it was Libra, then it became Diem, and they created a wallet for it. And they're, looking at this wallet to be able to put NFTs in, powering NFTs. So, but they were told by some senators to not. What did it tell them to not? We urge you to immediately discontinue your Nova pilot and to commit that you will not bring Diem to market. Hey, wow, that was senators. You could say that, but they were saying, they said it was it was called in a letter added, in addition to the risk products like Diem poses to financial stability, you have not offered a satisfactory explanation for how Diem will prevent illicit financial flows and other criminal activities. Not that any other fiat currencies are used for those purposes. But this is a bit of a kind of a weird article. So scientists in the 70s used computers then to predict when society will collapse. And they were saying it would be around 2040, right? About mid of the 21st century. And since then, I was reading and thinking like, okay, well, that, who cares what the computers was thinking back then? The scary bit, not so much scary, but something to look about, is that since then, people have ran the data again in 2009 and then 2021. And the numbers the data still show out to play out to be about 2040. So let's take a little bit of that. Scientists during the 1970s used a computer and observations on changing trends to predict exactly when society would collapse. Now, what does that mean, quote unquote? That's a loaded term. So it was done at MIT more than 5 decades ago. According to their findings, near the midpoint in around 2040. The group looked at data patterns from various factors, including population, use of natural resources, and energy consumption. So they said it was done by the Club of Rome. And if you know who the Club of Rome is, that's going down some paths of conspiracy theories. So take it with a grain of salt. In 2009, different team researchers did a similar study, and they found that they were almost exactly on course some 35 years later with a few appropriate assumptions. The predictions have not been invalidated and appear to be quite on target. In 2020, I may have been wrong, said 2021, the Dutch sustainability researcher referring to bleak predictions made in a study. So they're thinking that how did they describe it here? What they describe as an economic collapse. It appears that the worst case, that economic growth will come to an end around the end of this decade. And then, from that point, it'll be a quick collapse of all society because economic growth will stifle, which, is kind of the opposite of our investment thesis right now, that innovation is about to cause. And I think this is what it doesn't take for account for, and they didn't know, an expansion in what we think of as growth. Like, if currently where we're at with everything, we are stagnated in terms of our technology, where our technology was around 10, 15 years ago, compared to the 40 years previous to that, it did appear we were stagnated. But now we're about to jump on with artificial intelligence, quantum computing, genetic engineering, space technology, life extension, modification, improvement technology. All of these things are about to accelerate our species, our planet, to, to be way more than people could imagine we are. Now, kind of lead to the next story. I'm going to go into a little bit. Carbon points, and I'll explain how, what this could mean in both one or two directions. Carbon points to ancient life on Mars. Did you hear about this? A piece of sediment discovered by the NASA's Curiosity, and that's not even Perseverance. Perseverance and Ingenuity are the bigger SUV one and the helicopter on the other side of the planet. This is Curiosity, which is one of the rovers we sent there a couple years ago that's still been out there working. So earlier this month, it found a piece of sediment containing carbon. I mean, just carbon with possible trace. What is that? Had been analyzed in surface for the past decade, exploring a Gale crater that was the site of a body of water 3 billion years ago. So it found 2 types of carbon there. There are 2 types of carbon isotopes that are typically found in nature. Carbon-12, carbon-13. Curiosity found a far greater amount of carbon-12, the lighter of the two, and that quality makes it more common along. I just skipped that part there, but just saying that it's more reactive, and so then it is more common amongst biological compounds. And they also found elevated levels of methane in the Mars atmosphere. So with this, they think, but they don't want to say 100%, that this could show that there was once microbial, at the very least, microbial life on Mars. So what do I say that's going both directions? That, look, we're moving in a way that we're trying to turn ourselves into an planetary species. And that may be because we may mess up what we have here and need to move on, so that's why I say we're just talking about this 2040 date, and that's a whole other part I'm thinking in my head as I'm saying that. And I haven't rattled too much, so I'll give you a little bit of that crazy I'm thinking that right there as well in a second. But so either we just move on because we're just expanding out and we take better care of our planet and that's not a problem, or we messing up this planet, we gotta expand out. So the fact that we now know that there's probably been life on Mars and probably life on other planets, we will see kind of what the information we find out from the James Webb Space Telescope in the next year or so, a lot more information than we knew, and then several years of information as we go forward. That it just may be a necessity. So either we just do it just because, out of love, or necessity out of we messed up. And so let's hope we do it out of love, that we move off to other planets. Crazy other thought I was having is that 2040 is around that time that people think the singularity is going to occur, which is when man will merge with the artificial intelligence's machine. You ever hear a lot of people talk about that, and so that's funny that it said that's when it looked like society would collapse around that time. That they were also saying they see that the difference between what we consider biological humanity and silicon-based machinery will cease to be something that's a distinction. So that doesn't keep you up at night. Something to think about. With that said, I love you. You love you. God loves us. And that's all that matter.